What's up everybody, Wad007 here and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, it's another episode of reading information off of duellinksmeta.com. Let's go, baby, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Today we're going to be taking a look at just the rarity changes that happened for a bunch of cards that were already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but since they had rarity changes, it means that Konami is most likely going to be adding these cards into either a future main box or structure deck later on in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And some of these cards are absolutely insane, and I wanted to make a dedicated video on these cards. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single card that got a brand new rarity change because that would make the video like an hour long. So I'm only going to talk about the cards that I personally find interesting. If you want to go check out, look at the entire list of all the rarity change cards, be sure to go take a look at the description down below for the Duel Links Meta website so you guys can take a look at that. And you also can take a look at some of the other leak stuff that happened too that I won't be covering videos on, but are still cool to take a look at nonetheless. But yeah, hope you guys are excited for today's leak video. If you guys are, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for more Duel Links content. Other than that though, let's go hop into today's Duel Links video. But of course, before we get into today's video, I gotta give a special shout out to all the Chaos Dragon Levianeer members and the Mystery Treadwell only fan members. Thank you so much to Hazri, Hope De Cruz, HFA Recon, and Mr. Caleb 1354 for being members at those tiers. If you guys want a shout out at the beginning of my videos, become a Chaos Dragon Levianeer member or above today. But yeah, thank you guys for the continued support. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Other than that though, let's go hop into today's Duel Links video. Like I said, today's video is just going to be some epic content of me reading off of duellinksmeta.com. Let's go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. But the first card I'm going to want to take a look at is this card that got a rarity change to UR. This card is called Dark Grepher. It's a level 4 Dark Warrior effect monster that states you can special summon this card from your hand by discarding a level 5 or higher dark monster. Once per turn, you can discard one dark monster, send one dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card has 1700 attack and 1600 defense, and man, I am so excited for this card. I really hope that this card will get added into the next main box because I want to experiment with this card and see how well it can combo with Chaos Dragon Levianeer. For any of you guys that watch my live streams, you guys know that I am a huge simp for Chaos Dragon Levianeer. It's my favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links specifically, and this card is just going to help out that archetype so well because one, you can special summon Dark Grepher by sending a 5 or higher dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. So you can send your Levianeers out of your hand to the graveyard or some other dark monsters that you're rocking in your deck that are 5 or higher to special summon this card on the field. And then you can also utilize this card to send some dark monsters from your deck to the graveyard to just keep adding stuff to the graveyard so you can go for some epic banish plays like special summoning into Chaos Dragon Levianeer. And who knows, maybe in the next main box we'll get Chaos Dragon Levianeer in the next main box if Dark Grepher is also going to get added in the next main box, hypothetically. That'd be insane because Chaos Dragon Levianeer has been in the selection box for a very long time now. So it's in the game, but it's not available for everybody that doesn't want to simp for the selection boxes. So we'll have to wait and see for that right here though. But this card's going to be super cool for some awesome Exceeds playing. It's going to be awesome for some light and dark shenanigans. I'm super excited for this card and I really hope it gets added soon into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The next card that we're going to take a look at that got a rarity change is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which got changed to a UR rarity, which just blows my mind that this card got changed to the UR rarity because like I said, in most cases, when cards get changed rarities in the Duel Links leaks, it means that Konami is going to be adding these cards very soon into Duel Links. And if we get this card in the next main box, or I don't know, if we get this card available to the players soon, I don't know what I'm going to do right here. But all I will know is that I will need to make a Little D video off of this card right here because Little D needs support. And this boy right here is going to make Little D broken and just in general dinosaurs broken. This card right here, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, is a light level 10 dinosaur effect monster. It cannot be special summon / set. It must be for a special summon from your hand by banishing 2 dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn during either player's main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field. And if you do, change all face up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. And if you do, send that defense position monster to the graveyard. This card is 3500 attack and 3200 defense. Now, if we do get this card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, they will nerf that effect that it's at the end of the effect where it says inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. It's going to switch it to 500 because they like to nerf these burn cards because we're in a 4000 life point format. So that makes a lot of sense right here. But still, this card is so cool. It's a super easy card to summon too because you just need to get 2 dinosaur type monsters in your graveyard, and dinosaurs already have a lot of support in the game to send 2 dinosaur type monsters to the graveyard, so that is easy enough. And then what you can do right here is that you can basically floodgate all your your opponent's monsters. So if all of your opponent's monsters have effects that are like, hey, you can't target me, or hey, you can't like destroy me by card effect or banish me, you don't care, because Tyranno right here, you can just flip them face down. It's like a floodgate, and then on top of that, you can attack all of them during your battle phase. So it's a great card that you can utilize to board wipe your opponent, and it's going to be able to play around those annoying like protection effects, which is just absolutely insane. And then yeah, you get to inflict some damage to your opponent, which is cool. It's 3,500 attack, and like I said, it's super easy to summon with 2 dinosaur type monsters in the graveyard. Like, I am just shocked that this card is in the game, and or that I got a rarity change. And let me know in the comment section if you guys think that this card will potentially get added in the next main box, because like, here's the thing, Konami's been adding some wacky cards into the game as it is, so like, it is not out of the question that they could consider adding a card like this into the game. And hey, I've been wanting a new meta change, or I wanted some new meta decks and Duel Links for a while now, and this card might be it for some fun meta changes. So we'll have to wait and see. I think this card could get added, but at the same time, it's still a very good card. So let me know in the comment section down below if you think this is going to get added soon, boys. But yeah, absolutely insane. So next up in this video, we're going to take a look at a bunch of Hieratic cards that got rarity changes that, like I said, were already in the game but got rarity changes and are most likely going to get added into the game for the players in a future box or whatever the case may be. And the first Hieratic card we're going to take a look at right here is Hieratic Seal of Commendation or Bebedation. I don't know how to pronounce the last part of the card's name, but this card is a very generic search card. It's a normal spell card that states you can add 1 Hieratic monster from your deck to your hand. Very, very cool to see that this card's getting added to the game. I believe we actually have a good amount of Hieratic cards in the game already, so I'm hoping that the new support will make the deck even spicier than it was before. Well, then again, the deck didn't see any like really plays. It was a very wacky deck, so hopefully the new support makes it a spicy deck. And yeah, very good card right here that you can search for any of your Hieratic monsters. Generic searches are always great. They're always lovely. So let's go take a look at the next Hieratic card. Next up, we're going to take a look at this SR card that got switched to SR called Hieratic Dragon of Tefnuit. This card is a level 6 light dragon effect monster. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card cannot attack the turn it will special summon this way. When this card is distributed, special summon 1 dragon normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but make its attack and defense 0. This card has 2100 attack and 1400 defense. Now, what's sick with this card right here is that it's a fantastic support card for Heretics and one of the missing pieces for the archetype, because pretty much all the Heretic cards need to get summoned by attributing to really pop off effects. So the fact that you can utilize this card for tribute fodder for those other Heretic monsters is going to be fantastic, because you get that new Heretic monster that you wanted to get on your field, and then on top of that, you get a bonus of special summoning a dragon normal monster from a hand, deck, or graveyard to make its attack and defense 0. So you can either choose some Heretic cards that you can special summon, because there's a couple normal Heretic dragon cards in the game, or you can utilize something like, I don't know, Blue Eyes White Dragon or Red Eyes Black Dragon. And you can also take a look at the portfolio of card catalog to showcase some other generic normal dragons that you can utilize with this card's effect to potentially go for some awesome Xyz summoning. So fantastic card. And speaking of Xyz summoning, let's go take a look at the Hieratic Xyz monster that got added and got a rarity change. Let's go take a look at it because it seems pretty cool. Let's go take a look at Hieratic Dragon King of Atum, or however you pronounce this card's name. It is a light rank 6 dragon Xyz monster. It takes 2 level 6 dragon monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Special summon a dragon monster for your deck when makes it attack and defense 0. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. This card has 2400 attack and 2100 defense. So first of all, you can summon into this card by basically summoning the Hieratic card we just talked about in the video, and then utilizing its effect to special summon another Hieratic monster. And then what you can do is you can basically go into the Xyz summon of this card. And then what you can probably do is that, from what I can tell from my first impressions of this card, because this is actually the first time I read this card, this is kind of a combo extender maybe, because you detach a material from this card to special summon another dragon monster from your deck, but make its attack and defense 0. So it's kind of a combo extender in some ways. But what's also cool about this effect though is that if you do special summon a dragon monster for your deck but make its attack and defense 0, you can still activate its effect. So interesting. I don't have any like good combos of this card yet, because I also didn't really play during the Zexal era. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below like what cool combos you can do with this card, because I feel like I'm missing something with this card because it seems really cool. And all I can tell is that it's an interesting combo extender. But yeah, it's getting added to the game. Heretics are getting a couple cards that they definitely needed to make them give that little competitive boost. And hopefully these few cards that they got are going to make the deck good. And then also, we also could factor in too that the next main box, if it does have Heretics, or Heretics, it's going to also add some support that's not even in the game yet too. So we'll have to wait and see right there. But yeah, very cool indeed. Now let's go take a look at some Constellar support, baby. So some Constellar cards got some rarity changes too, and the first one we're going to take a look at is this card that got exchanged to an SR rarity called Constellar Pollux. It's a level 4 light warrior effect monster that states during the turn this card is normal summon, you can normal summon one Constellar monster in addition to your normal summon / set. You can gain this effect once per turn. This card has 1700 attack and 600 defense, and definitely a pretty cool card right here, that's for sure. I can see why it's an SR rarity, because yes, this is going to help you out for going into some Exceed summon plays, and for what I've heard, Constellars really do like going for Exceed summoning, so that's going to be awesome right there. And then on top of that right there is a couple of Constellar cards that are in the game that you do need to utilize a tribute to summon into, and this card's going to help out with that too. So very cool card right here. Like to see that Constellar support, baby. Let's go. And then the only other Constellar card that got a rarity change is this one right here called Constellar Sombre or Sombra. This is a level 4 light fairy effect monster that states you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. While this card is in the graveyard, if it was sent there this turn, you can normal summon one Constellar monster for one less tribute. That's awesome. The other effect that this card has is that you can banish one Constellar monster from your graveyard, then target one Constellar monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. This turn, you can activate this effect, normal summon one Constellar monster. This card has 1550 attack and 1600 defense right here. So this is another card that just helps out with normal summoning, and Sombre and the previous Constellar card we took a look at right here is just good for the fact that you can get additional normal summons in your turn to really go for some Exceeds combos into rank 4, 5, and 6. I did a quick browse on the Constellar cards that we have in Duel Links. We have a couple cards in the game that are like 5-star and 6-stars that you really need to utilize to special summon onto the board and whatnot, but they're kind of useless at the moment. But I think these two Constellar cards that we just talked about right now are definitely going to give it a boost on potentially doing some combos. I don't know if these Constellar cards will like save the deck whatsoever, because we don't have any broken Exceed monsters in the game, but these cards are definitely fantastic support for the archetype, so I'm all for it. And maybe we'll get some cool Constellar cards that are not even leaked yet, so we'll have to wait for that too. It's gonna be awesome. Next card I want to take a look at right here is Volcanic Scattershot. Some Volcanic support. Let's go. Level 2 fire pyro effect monster that states if this card is sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Probably gonna get nerfed to 250. If this card is sent to the graveyard by the effect of a Blaze Accelerator card, you can send 2 Volcanic Scattershots from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Wow, that's actually really spicy right there. This card has 500 attack and 0 defense. So yeah, you can basically pop one of your opponent's cards through Blaze Accelerator, send some more Volcanic Scattershots to the graveyard to deal some more damage to your opponent, and then on top of that, you get to nuke the rest of their cards on their field. That's awesome right there. That's actually a really cool effect. I like that a lot. So I'll take it, dude. If we can get this in a box or from an Axel unlock event, yes, please. Yes, please, man. That's gonna be fun to mess around with for sure, for sure. That is just some more ammo for your boy Axel. Let's go. One thing I noticed about some of these cards that got a lot of rarity changes is that there's a lot of new burn cards in the game, and one card that I just read right here called Soul of Fire states your opponent draws one card, select one pyro type monster from your deck and remove them from play. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of the removed monster. If you activate this card, you cannot declare attack this turn. This seems super toxic right here. Let's go take a look at some pyro monsters in the game and just see how much damage we could potentially inflict with Soul of Fire right here. So what you can probably do right here with that card is that you can banish some of these 3000 attack pyro monsters and inflict, I would say, 750 points of damage to your opponent, because most likely when this card gets added to the game, if it does even get added to Duel Links, it'll be quarterly instead of half because of the 4000 life point meta. So still, you're going to be able to inflict 750 points of damage to your opponent. And from what I noticed about the card too, this card states that it's not a once per turn. So if you had 3 Soul Fires, and then of course if you had 3 of like Volcanic Doomfire or any other 3k pyro monster, you can deal like a total of 2250 points of damage to your opponent in just one turn. Like, that's actually insane. I feel like that even though Konami's gonna nerf a lot of these like pyro cards in the game, somebody's still gonna figure out an OTK for these. Like, I promise you, dude, there's gonna be some fire burn OTK deck that's just gonna be super deadly, and I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, Soul Fire just read, dude. I'm like, bruh, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. And then yeah, Konami added like Meteor, Destruction, Final Flame, some other cards that are like, you know, just chilling in here. Some more burn damage, you know what it is. That's always fun. We even got Lavadals here too. We even got Lavadals, dude. Like this next box is gonna be such a fire themed deck. It's actually insane. And you know what? While we're talking about burn cards, let's go take a look at some Laval support that got added or that got rarity changes. A total of 500 damage from the effect. And here did the effect. My audio got corrupted 15 minutes in, so I'm crying in the club right now. But back to the video. Take two, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Next card we're gonna take a look at right here is Laval Magma Cannoneer. This is a level 4 fire pyro effect monster that states up to twice per turn you can send one fire monster from your hand to the graveyard and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. This card has 1700 attack, 200 defense. It got a rarity change to SR, and most likely Konami's gonna nerf this to 250 when you activate this effect, but still you're going to be able to do some spicy combos with this card right here, because with this card right here, if you combo it with the Lavadal, or not Lavadal, with the Volcanic Scattershot right here, you can basically pitch this guy to the graveyard with your Lavadal Cannoneer, and then you can inflict that 500 points of damage with this card's effect alone. And then of course, since it is a Lavadal card, you can also combo it with the Lavadal support. Sometimes Lavadals like to be in the graveyard, so that's awesome too. Fantastic card right here, very cool to see in the game. And then Lavadal's also got an Xyz monster, but this is just a very, it's not a meh, it's not trash, but it's very mediocre, so I ain't gonna review it. Next up, we're gonna take a look at this Evilswarm card right here called Evilswarm Kerykeion or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the last part of this card's name, so it's just very weird to me and I cannot read, so there's that right there. But this card's cool because essentially what this card helps out with is just spamming out Evilswarm monsters on the field. It's a 4-star dark spellcaster effect monster that states you only can use each effect of Evilswarm Kerykeion once per turn. While this card's in the graveyard, if it was sent there this turn, you can normal summon one Evilswarm monster for one less tribute. Also, with this card right here, you can banish one Evilswarm monster from your graveyard, target one Evilswarm monster in your graveyard, and add that target to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. This turn, you can activate this effect, normal summon of one Evilswarm monster. This card has 1600 attack and 1550 defense. Now, this card's a mouthful right here, but like I said, essentially just helps out with summoning a bunch of Evilswarm monsters. Either if you pitch this card through a Evilswarm effect by either tributing this card off or utilizing a card effect, you'll be able to activate this effect where you can summon an Evilswarm monster for one less tribute, which is going to be helpful because some of them do have some high levels. So there's that right there. On top of that right here, if this card is in your graveyard, or no, if this card is on the field, you can activate the second effect where you banish an Evilswarm monster from the graveyard, and then you can add it back to your, and then you can add a different one from your graveyard back to your hand, and then you can utilize this card's effect to then normal summon another Evilswarm monster. So yeah, you can basically recycle your Evilswarm monster from the graveyard and then be able to summon it right away by either tributing this card or just summoning the other one if you want to. So you can go for some Xyz plays, or you can go for some tribute summon plays into the bigger boss monsters. So while I don't play the deck, I don't know if this card is going to make the deck any better, but it's still cool. It's a cool card. It's a very cool card. The next card we're going to take a look at right here is this very powerful rank 5 Xyz monster called Tiras, Keeper of Genesis. This is a fairy Xyz monster that takes 2 level 5 monsters, and it states that this card's effects can only be applied / resolved while as an Xyz material. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, target one card your opponent controls, destroy that target. During each of your end phases, detach one Xyz material from this card. This card has 2600 attack and 1700 defense, and it's a very cool card right here. It's a very powerful card for the fact that while it has an Xyz material, you basically get the ability to just have this card immune by destruction effect, which is fantastic. And also with this card right here, you can attack into one of your opponent's cards, and then if this card is still in the field after it's attacked or was attacked, you can target a card your opponent controls and destroy that target. So you can basically swing, kill one of your opponent's monsters, and then follow up with the ability to pop another card after you do the attack. Very powerful card right here, and it's not a bad rank 5 monster whatsoever, and we definitely need some rank 5 monsters in the game. So I'll take it, dude. This card's very cool, and I'd love to see this in a future box very soon. And then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to wrap up today's video with this fantastic broken SR card right here called Baby Tiragon, one of Yuma's signature cards from the show. It's an Earth rank 1 Dragon Xyz monster that takes 3 level 1 monsters, and this card states during your main phase 1, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one level 1 monster control. It can attack your opponent directly. This card has 900 attack and 900 defense. Fantastic to see this card got a rarity change. Hopefully we'll get get this in like a future event or something like that in Duel Links. I really hope they don't put it into a box, because I don't know if it deserves to be SR from a box, but I'd love to see it in an event. That'd be very cool in my opinion. So fantastic right there. Pog for your boy Yuma. But yeah, this is actually going to be it for today's Duel Links video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you guys enjoyed, be sure to go leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel for more Duel Links content. Also, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the cards that I discussed about in today's video. Do you guys think they're going to get added to a box very soon or not? Let me know. And like I said, be sure to go check duellinksmeta.com, link in the description down below, so you guys can get up to date on all these cards that I did not talk about in today's video, because I just didn't feel the need to talk about every single one. But yeah, it's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll go see you guys next video. Adios.